Well, last Sunday night, she took home a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress in a Film Drama. Please welcome the lovely and talented Brie Larson. Thank you, Queen.
Look at what happened to Brie Larson.
You've got like a double-decker situation.
Yes.
Oh, we don't
You've got
fool
a
around.
two-story show.
Oh, please, this is like bigger than Dr. Phil.
It is so much bigger than Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's right.
But this is your first time here, but I found out something interesting. You've worked with Kelly before. Mm-hmm. Doing
That's
what?
right.
I've actually seen you in your underwear.
I know you have. Well, who hasn't?
But when did you work together?
You shot the pilot for Hope and Faith.
I did.
In 2003, 4?
Oh my
and you
God.
were I mean, you were tiny.
Yeah,
You
I
were-
was like 15.
I think you were even younger.
Younger? 14?
Yeah.
13? 12?
Well, I was only 21, so you would have had to have been 3.
I was 13.
Right. Yeah, no, you were little.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember that?
Oh, totally. I remember that the director had no idea I was 13 until we were on the flight back from New York to LA, and he was like, oh, I shouldn't have made those jokes in front of you. Like, yeah. He had no idea.
He's the reason we had the curse jar on the set.
Yeah,
we had a swear jar because I was like, children, there are children everywhere. He just started putting his credit card in.
My God.
Yeah.
But at what age did you realize you wanted? You were doing that at 13. What age did you realize you wanted to be an actress?
I told my mom I knew what my dharma was and that I wanted to be an actor at 6.
No kidding.
How did you know that at 6?
I would love to know the answer to that question.
I love that you use the word dharma, too.
Well, that's also weird. I don't have like hippie parents. I was in Sacramento.
Do you remember your first job?
Yeah, I do. My first job was a skit on Jay Leno called Malibu Mudslide Barbie. It was a fake Barbie commercial where I was like playing with these Barbies and then it pulls out and I have this giant tub of mud and I dump it and all the Barbies fly out.
What we had? No, I'm joking. You know.
Oh, I wish. I really wish. I did it like a dozen fake commercials for Jay Leno. That was like my first.
That's a good
job.
start. That's a great start.
It was awesome because they always, no matter who you are, put your name with a star on it. And so as my first job, I was like, oh, I made it. I can quit. Like, I'm good. I did it. Did the whole thing. Came here, went to LA, made it, can go back to Sacramento. I'm all good.
You do a lot of independent films, too, right? But last year you were in Trainwreck, which was this huge, critical success.
Someone just recognized who I am. You watched it happen here.
Yeah.
Someone just realized who I am.
Right.
That was amazing.
Right there.
Where was she?
Because you played Amy Schumer's sister in the movie, and but that's a lot different from the usual movies you playing. Because like you said, usually they're very heavy dramas with a lot of crime. And here you are, a film that's involved comedy.
I know, it was a very new experience for me. I felt like this is my job. Like it was a whole new level of my job I didn't know. It doesn't involve me crying.
Don't you love comedy?
I realized that I've been making a big mistake doing movies where all I do is cry all day. Like, why aren't I doing the movies where you just make each other laugh? I would go home every day being like, there's no way we're making a movie right now. There's no way this is going to come out. But it did.
Well, speaking of crying all day, we should segue into Room, where you are receiving a lot of critical praise. You got a Golden Globe, right? And a Screen Actors Guild nomination. I mean, it's got to, at the end of the day, you must say, well, all of that suffering and pain was for, it wasn't for nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of what you hope.
And what exactly is the movie about for everybody out there?
So it's based on a novel by Emma Donoghue, which maybe some of you have read, but I play a woman who's been held captive in a room for 7 years, and she has a 5-year-old son. When the movie starts, and the book starts, you see this boy turning 5 years old, and you start to see their life, and it's a rather beautiful life despite their small, meager circumstances, and that's kind of the setup. This terrible situation is a setup for the two of them to create a plan to escape. And then most of the movie is them out in the world adjusting and seeing what the world is like.
But she really has she's made this room his whole world, right?
Yeah, he doesn't know anything else. She's kind of told him this fairy tale that room is the only thing that exists and everything around it is space, and has to try to explain to him in order for him to understand why they need to leave and get out. But she has to undo this lie that she's told him his whole life, and he takes it really hard.
Well, you know what? Let's take a look at a clip. Now, this clip, Joy, your character, is going to tell her son, Jack, the truth about their life inside the room. So here is Brie Larson in Room. And congratulations on the nominations. They're well deserved. And the movie is Room. It's in theaters nationwide right now. Make sure you go check out Brie Larson, everybody.